My name is Mary Mason, and I am the board chair of East Shore Unitarian Universalist Church in Kirtland, Ohio. Welcome to this time of worship, this weekly time when we come together to share our lives and our intentions to live out our mission to love, revere, discover, and connect. A mission that encourages optimism, that encourages us to imagine a world beyond what we are experiencing, that encourages us to embrace possibility. Whether you are a member or a friend of our congregation, whether you join us every Sunday or only occasionally, whether we've known you for decades or you've just stumbled upon us, whether you are with us from Opportunity, Washington, or Why Not, North Carolina, you are welcome here. Your skin color, net worth, and expressions of gender matter. Your ancestry and political affiliations matter. The spiritual journey you've made on your way here matters. All those things are markers of who you are. You are welcome here in your fullness. Now please rise as you are willing and able and join in singing hymn number 108, My Life Flows On in Endless Song.
Good morning. I'm Jessie Jones, and I am on the Worship Arts Committee here at East Shore Unitarian Universalist Church. I'm reading words from Reverend Gretchen Haley, "Let astonishment be possible." Whatever you have come in anticipating, whatever you expect or worry for our world, for the future, for our lives, let it go. Make space in your heart to be surprised. Make room in your soul for a new story to take shape. Let astonishment be possible. At this life that remains a miracle, imagine here the bursting of joy. Relentless and resilient, coming in waves, washing over us with music and story, silence, and still this dreaming together, being hope for each other and courage to believe in this new day dawning for us all. Come, let us worship together.
We covenant to love, revere, discover, and connect. So which one should I start with first, the sad or the happy? The happy it is. Is it a joy or is it a concern? Diana Jackson turns 73 today. And then it's the sad. We have to do the sad, okay? Let us keep in our hearts and our thoughts all the people who have been affected by the hurricane this past week and are struggling on top of all the other struggles to deal with that as well. At this time, I would like to invite everybody to take a moment of quiet meditation and hold in your thoughts those that you wish and those concerns or joys you care to think upon. Okay, now we close our eyes and we meditate. Okay. Now please come forth if you're willing and able and place any rocks that you have placed your joys and concerns into in our bowl in the center. If you forgot to pick up a rock, there's one in the back. There's a few in the back for you to choose from.
Hi, my name is Jillian Jones, and I'm going to be reading a poem by Margaret Wheatley called Turning to One Another. There is no power greater than a community discovering what it cares about. Ask what's possible, not what's wrong. Keep asking. Notice what you care about. Assume many others share your dreams. Be brave enough to start a conversation that matters. Talk to people you know. Talk to people you don't know. Talk to people you never talked to. Be intrigued by the differences you hear. Expect to be surprised. Treasure curiosity more than certainty. Invite in everybody who cares to work on what's possible. Acknowledge that everyone is an expert about something. Know that creative solutions come from new connections. Remember, you don't fear people whose story you know. Real listening always brings people closer together. Trust that meaningful conversations can change your world. Rely on human goodness. Stay together.
Hello. My name is Jared Hammond. I'm the chair of the worship arts team and a member of the choir and all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to be doing today's anthem. You would think with as much music as there is, I'd be able to find something that I felt like worked for today, but I could not. So instead, I decided to write something. So I hope you like it. I parked my car in a visitor spot and walked away from that parking lot, up the sidewalk and to the glass door. across the tile to the carpeted floor. Near the back of the room is where I took my chair, smiled at the butterflies that were hanging in the air. Then I listened closely to the voice inside me, wondering, is this where I should be? Some great new possibility. I said I'd like to find my purpose if I possibly can, and possibility grabbed me by the hand. 17 minutes to Route 44. I met her there and she gave us a tour. Still not quite home, but a space in between, and a site for me to live out one of my lesser dreams. It was moments before the black clouds rolled in though, and I sat there and smiled in that big bay window. It took 5 more months for us to see it again, then another 12 before they welcomed us in. She asked me again what it was I was looking for, but I had to be honest that I wasn't quite sure. As I sat there under the colorful hands, I smiled as I realized who I am. Then I listened closely to the voice inside me, wondering, is this where I should be? Some great new possibility. I said I'd like to find my purpose if I possibly can, and possibility grabbed me by the hand. I held on tight and I listened for the voice. She whispered to me softly, you're making the right choice. And I believe this is where I should be, the land of every possibility. I'd still like to find my purpose. I believe that I can. Now the possibilities grab me by the hand.
In observation of the September theme of embracing possibility, we are going to embrace possibility together with a creative activity and a tiny adventure. The natural world, the built world, and land ownership all provide concrete opportunities to consider, witness, and practice embracing possibility. The land and buildings here are representative of possibility metaphorically as well as being concrete manifestations. This activity is a celebration of our physical spaces and the possibilities they represent, as well as an invitation for you to consider and embrace possibilities in concrete terms for our spaces in abstract and as well as symbolic ways for yourself. So we've got a rain scenario today. I knew that it looked like the weather wasn't going to be great for us to go outside for this activity. If the weather had been dry, we would have spent a few minutes outside in a physical meditation on the possibilities of the land, returning with artifacts for the project. Because of the wet weather, we will only go as far as the narthex and observe through the windows and select some artifacts from the tables. And Halcyon can give you some more specific instructions, but there's a range of things for you to choose from out in the narthex, and you can select a few small pieces. It's going to be, we need small shapes is what we're looking for. Halcyon, can I turn it over to you?
So Jessie, unbeknownst to my education in college, came up with the idea of doing cyanotypes. Cyanotypes is a form of photography that gives you that really beautiful, rich, dark blue color. It's a form of, and this is something I studied in college, so I giggled and said, I'd love this idea. We have a 4x4, so it's a very small sheet of cyanotype paper that you're going to find items for to place on top. We have put the 4x4 sheet of paper within a acetate sheet, sheet protector. And how you would expose a cyanotype was to use the sun, the ultraviolet light from the sun. Of course, we don't have any sun today, So I have some beautiful boxes in the back that we're going to put them in after you place your items on to keep them from getting exposed without intention. So think about what you see out there. Think about your space. It doesn't, and think about our land. Feel free, fly or walk. No running.
Don't worry, internet friends, you're coming with us.
Hmm?
I was speaking to our internet friends that they're coming with us.
Oh, it'll be shaky.
Well,
Bear
it'll be
with us.
shaky while we're moving, but then it'll be fine once we get there. So look away for a minute if you are squeamish.
These words come from Robert Bly. Think in ways you've never thought before. If the phone rings, think of it as carrying a message, larger than anything you've ever heard, faster than 100 lines of Yeats. When someone knocks on the door, think that he's about to give you something large, tell you that you're forgiven, or that it's not necessary to work all the time, or that it's been decided that if you lie down, no one will die. In the spirit of these words from Robert Bly, imagine all the good your gifts may influence.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I would like to thank you for your offering today. We commit to using these gifts responsibly to further the work and mission of East Shore, our mission to love, revere, discover, and connect. Meeting Wednesday, September 8th at 10 a.m. on Zoom, Saturday, September 11th at 10 a.m. at Panera's on Euclid Avenue and Beidler Road in Willoughby. We have a grief and loss workshop next Saturday, September 11th from 1 until 3. Join Reverend Rena Shear and Joe Donatone to explore facets of loss and grief and how they impact us individually and as a congregation. The past year has brought many changes to process, living in a pandemic, saying goodbye to Rev. Denis, and entering a new church year without a called minister. This will be an interactive workshop with time to share, listen, and reflect. Please join us as we take this first step in moving forward through the new church year. Cast Book Discussion Group. This group will be discussing Cast by Isabel Wilkerson. The group will meet on Zoom beginning Tuesday, September 21st from 7 to 8:30 p.m. for a total of 7 sessions this fall. Format will be a chapter-by-chapter discussion with guide and reflection questions, as well as chalice and closure readings. Look for further details in the Beacon and on listserv. If interested, please contact Ron Prozek. Next Sunday, September 12th, is Homecoming Sunday with water communion and special music, plus it will be the first sermon by Reverend Rena. Prayer Circle, we meet at 6:15 in the chapel in person, and it's also on Facebook Live if you want to join us. Thank you. I do have one.
Join hands or not as you're comfortable, and we will say our bond of union.